Jaana and Adom Dora update on Tuesday 7th June on Adom TV. Atharv saying we will come later, you can meet us in marriage. Yumis says no, you can't come back home Atharv, it won't be good for you, after the attack on you, Kailash is missing. The episode starts with Atharv saying we will come later, you can meet us in marriage. Yumis says no, you can't come back home Atharv, it won't be good for you, after the attack on you, Kailash is missing. Atharv asks what do you mean? Yumis says police is finding him, police also asked you both to stay away from home. Ravish says I agree, you should stay here for safety, you are not burden on us, you are not guest, think you are part of this family, regard this as your home. Atharv says don't know why I feel I have relation of past birth with you. Ravish says not past birth, regard it's this birth relation, stay back. Atharv asks how will Yuma manage, I have no hope from Ankit, Gutty and Donnie would have not come here because of Kailash's fear. He praises Gutty. They all get worried. Atharv says Gutty is eyewitness of my and Vivir's love story, I will make you talk to her. Yumis says no, you can't call Gutty. Atharv asks why. Yumis says she is not at home at this time. He asks where did she go. She says she. Vivir cries and says Gutty has gone Atharv. He asks where has she gone? Vivir stops saying. Ravish says Gutty went on her college trip, outside Ajmer. Atharv asks how do you know about Gutty? Ravish says Vivir told me. Atharv says strange, I am unconscious since 3-4 days, Kailash is missing, Gutty went for college project, Sujata met you and did arrangements, it seems Sujata finished 3-4 months work in 3-4 days, time is strange, sometimes many things happen soon and sometimes time gets wasted, anyways Captain you can meet Gutty when you come in marriage. Ravish says sure. Atharv goes. Later, Vivir gets food for Atharv. She thinks Atharv will know the truth tomorrow, what will he do? She asks Atharv why is he worried. He says no one is receiving call in office. She says no one will answer. He looks at her. She says we told them your health is unwell, and sent them on holiday. Atharv says I can't everything like this, I had set up dairy with difficulty. He hears news of Makar Sankranti. Atharv asks why is Sankranti news coming so soon? She switches off TV and says it's old clipping. He says I feel December's cold in October, you are also wearing shawl. She says it's cold waves. She asks him to have food. He says I'll wash hands and come. He sees newspaper with budget 2017 article. He asks since when did this tax plan start? He checks paper. Vivir tries stopping him and gets her hand hurt. He leaves paper and takes her to do band-aid. He gets band-aid box from the cupboard. She gets shocked seeing he remembers the first aid box place. He does aid to her and gets thinking how does he know this place? He asks her how do I know about this first aid box in this drawer, I felt this before also that I know a lot about this house. Ravish says your observation is strange, when you fainted partially, maybe you have seen my mum taking medicines from here, you remember that. Atharv thinks. He says maybe this is the reason, Vivir got much careless. Ravish goes. Vivir says this wound is nothing compared to those wounds which you have bare for me. Atharv says I am standing in front of you, nothing can happen to me till your love is with me. Ravish asks Suman and Sujata not to worry, I convinced Atharv. Sujata says Atharv got fine, but he feels all this happened in 3-4 days, he does not remember what happened in 3-4 months, but he knows the things at home. Suman says Ravish, will he recall what happened? Ravish says I don't know, but he is smart and will find out, how will we hide this? Vivir comes and says why do we need to hide this? He will feel bad knowing why did he hide this, he will ask us why did we not tell truth, he does not like lies. Sujata says doctor said we should not tell him. Vivir says but when he knows 3 months passed, We have to tell truth, that time he will not forgive us. Sujata says it's not easy. Vivek says I will tell everything that this is not Ajmer, this is Delhi. 3 months passed and Suman says and that you got married. Suman asks can you tell him you got married to the man's son, whom he has hated all his life. It's not easy. Vivek says yes, but Atharv can digest bitter truth, he can't bear that we lie to him. I know it's like taking big risk to tell him truth, this will happen even if we don't tell him anything. Atharv buys someone. The man says this note will not work. Atharv asks what's your problem, take this note. The man asks where were you when notes got changed. Atharv checks note and says it's right, take the note. Ravish and everyone come. Ravish says Atharv, there is no issue, it's change problem, I will pay him. Atharv says he is not ready to take note, he is mad. Vivek says that man is not mad, he was saying right. Ravish, Sujata and Suman look on. Vivek says 500 Rs note is banned now, government made the note invalid. Atharv smiles and says many things happened in 3 days. Vivek says not 3 days Atharv, 3 months passed. Atharv gets shocked. Vivek says after you got hurt in Ajmer, you got conscious, but you were not in senses, everything changed as you got changed Atharv. He looks at her. He asks how can I change, what do you mean, how did I change? Ravish, Sujata and Suman worry and see Vivek.